Good morning, everybody. Good to see you all this fine, sunny or snowy Saturday morning, December 3rd at 8 a.m. Pacific time. December 3rd, December already. It sounds like such a thing that old people say. Hey, when it's like, I can't believe how fast the time flies, but maybe that's just a sign of my age. But I'm glad to see you all. I'm looking forward to diving into some marketing, some business, some any other random questions. Any way that I can help you and provide value, I'm here to do. So with that said, let's see. Janelle, good to see you. Oh, I'm going to see if I can, wonder if I can like reframe these things as, oh, that's not going to work. There must be a way. Oh, look at that. Hey, this is cool. Look at this. Well, I got some cool things in store for you today. I got some fun little surprises, some new things I've been playing around with for the live. So this is sweet. I'm going to see if this works and I can actually read this because then it looks like I'm looking at you. So good morning, Adam. As a true fan, I want to ask if this handle is yours. Adam Earhart 608. I saw your YouTube handle is different, or maybe it's for other platform like Telegram. This is an important message. I'm glad you asked. First of all, thank you, Janelle. Good morning. None of those are mine. They never are. They're all fake. They're all spam. They're all bots or scammers. I don't talk about crypto. I don't talk about finance and investing. I don't talk about any of that stuff ever. I don't use Telegram. I'll never send you my WhatsApp, etc., etc. So how do you tell it's me? So on YouTube, I think my handle is Adam Earhart Video. That one's legit. Like that's it. But same with the channel. If you go to like youtube.com/Adam Earhart Video, that's me. On Instagram, I think it's like official Adam Earhart, but I'm never there. TikTok, same kind of deal. But again, I'm not going to be like publicly messaging and like asking you to give me things. That's not how it works. So the only real way to be sure is if you go to adamearhart.com, which is my website, and that'll take you to the right place. The other thing you can do is when I do respond to the YouTube comments, which I do, you will see Adam Earhart with a verified check mark. That little check mark is going to be the thing that tells you that it's actually me and my channel, and then you can verify that the subscribers are indeed there. So hopefully that helps. Salam. Hey, Adam. Hey, Salam. Good to see you. The lady writes, you made it back. Hi, all. Hello to everyone. Carlo, good morning. Greetings from Cali. Yeah, Big Sir, if I remember correctly, right? Starting to put names to faces. How do I click this button? Let's see here. There we go. Essence for Life. Good morning from Toronto. Good morning from the other side. It's snowing here, which is crazy. Like I woke up and we have about a foot of snow on the ground, which is not normal. So basically our city shuts down when it snows because we have like one snowplow and nobody knows what to do. So fascinating. Dobre rano, Martin Piesztani. I do not speak Slovakian, but I assume that's something good. Otherwise, we just put it up there. I should probably check these things, but that sounds good. Good to see you, Mart. Good to see you. Yes, I've been to Piesztani. Spent a lot of time there, which is totally random. Actually, fun story. We were talking about this last night. I ended up in Piesztani, which is like a touristy Slovakian spa town. We were there for work stuff, and it was the off season, so we stayed at a hotel. And I kid you not, me and my co-pilot at the time were the only two people in the entire hotel. Like legitimately, it was like out of the movie The Shining. And our keys worked every single room in the hotel. We found that out because I misplaced my key and he had his, and like we're gonna go back or whatever it was, and they worked on each other's doors. It's like that's random, and then they worked on every door. It was terrifying. So we slept with like chairs propped into the door. All right, Ronak. Hey, good to see you. And Dwayne, oh, I made it big there. Hang on one sec. Let's see if I can resize you. This is awesome, though. I'm liking this. The only problem is I've got all these icons hiding behind. I'm going to have to see if I can move those so I can read this right. All right, we're good. Let's go. Greetings from sunny South Africa. Oh, I'm jealous. It's cold. Cold here. Any tips on how to effectively market a business administrative support company during the festive season and into the new year? Very specific. A business administrative support company during the festive season and into the new year. For me, what I would be doing is looking at the, first of all, we've got two sides of this. One of which is the long-term aspect of marketing that you need to be doing all year, regardless of it's the festive season, the new year, whatever it is. It's like there's always things that need to be done and the different pain points that you solve that you're going to need to talk about. So that's that side. The short-term, trendy, tactical stuff is what's relevant and interesting this time of year. What is on the forefront of your ideal clients' minds that they're thinking about? So festive season. They're busy. They want to spend time with family. They're thinking about new projects. They're looking for help. They want to have the best year ever. They don't want to repeat the disasters of last year, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. The more that you're able to tap into that language and really focus your messaging around that, the better you will do. Sufi Marketing, good morning from Pakistan. How are you? I'm doing amazing, my friend. Thank you. Thank you. I hope you're doing well too. Da Family Deals. Hey, back at ya. David, hello, Adam. Hope you're well for the armpit of the South. Today, I am watching from Barranquilla. I have no idea where that is, but that sounds awesome. And look at you with the new avatar, the new little picture there. I like it. No more just green D. We got some beautiful Miami scenery there. That's nice to look at. All right, Clothes Hanger. Good morning from Dallas. Good to see you back here. Janelle, the people uses your profile in your YouTube video. Yeah, so we're talking about, it's a fun topic. Everyone loves talking about scammers. Yay. It's funny. Someone told me once, they're like, hey, it means you've made it when you finally have like fake accounts. And that was kind of depressing because I don't want fake accounts, but they exist. So yes, public service announcement here. Anybody that's getting messaged or offered things that talk about crypto or finance or even other marketing or business things, and they're not coming from me directly, meaning they don't say like Adam Earhart with a verified check mark, they don't come from my website, they are not me. They are not me. So yes, they're never going to go away either. They're like whack-a-mole. Like every time they pop up and we're like, we knock them down, 10 more pop up. So all good. Good morning from UK, bro. Good morning, Jack. I'll be in the UK in, it's a while away now still, in next year, visiting family again. I'm going to spend some time over there. Alvi, hello, Adam. I'm a fan of yours. I'm also part of your marketing academy. Great to have you along, my friend. I wanted to ask if there's going to be a video about closing the clients on the meeting. Okay, right on. So a sales call script, a sales call formula, framework. Maybe, I guess is the answer. I don't dive too deep into sales. And the reason is because partly biased, but I like to let my marketing do the heavy lifting for me. This doesn't mean that there's not a time and a place for sales. Sales is always going to be important when you're talking to someone one-on-one. That said, my goal with a sales conversation is to have the client show up pre-sold, ready to buy. The only question essentially I want them asking is like, when can I start? Now, I know that might sound like a bit of a pipe dream, but I assure you it's very much the case. So my early sales calls, like way back in my career, before I created content and before I was decent at marketing, it was that. It was like, tell me your problems, and there's this thing, and here's how I can do this, and let me see if I can help, and let's put together a package. And it was a lot of like pitching and whining and dining and really trying to like convince the client to give me a chance. Now, and I don't take on private clients, but back when I did, towards the end of it, it was really like, it was a reversal where they were essentially applying to work with me. And again, that all just came through marketing and by positioning myself as the solution to their problems. So that's step one. Step two, however, and I'll give you a real quick high level thing here so you can actually leave with something practical. The reality is that the more questions you're able to ask, the better. So this is my sales script formula in a bit of a nutshell. First of all, I try to collect as much information as I can. So it's like, tell me about your business. What have you done that's successful? What have you done that's not worked? What have you tried? What do you think is the biggest obstacle? What do you feel are the opportunities? And I'm basically taking down all the information I can. Then what I do is I create a strategy, typically on the fly, and I'll be like, all right, based on everything you've told me, this is what I think you should do. We should do A, then B, then C. How does that sound? And they say, sounds amazing. I say, great. Would you like some help with that? That's it. And typically they'll say, yes, I'd love some help. And I'll be like, great, here's how I can help. And if they're like, no, that sounds good, I've got it all covered, I'll be like, great, carry on. So that's really it. We give them a solution. It's often overwhelming because they've not done this before, and then we offer to help them. Okay, Hassan, good morning. Good morning. Amu, hi. Jacqueline, good morning from the Bahamas. Good morning, Jacqueline. Good to see you again. Which part of the Bahamas? Nassau? Treasure Key? What is it? The Exuma Islands? Beautiful, long, thin island. Gorgeous, gorgeous places. Jay, hey Adam, good morning. How many questions are we allowed to ask? I have so many, but I don't want to take time away from other people's questions. That's a very respectful question. Thank you, Jay. Ask what you can. I think what I would recommend to anybody watching here as well is that like start obviously with your top priority question because I try to get to them in order. Now I can see based on like, if you've entered a question up till now, I'm probably going to get to it based on how many I have. As we carry on through this hour, towards the end, I simply can't get to all of them. So I'm just going to miss it based on time. So start with your most important, most pressing question. Also do your best to be as concise and pithy and direct as possible. So the more details without overwhelming, because you can't write a whole paragraph or I'll probably just skip it because we won't have time to read it. But the more direct and like, I have this business, here's the thing, this is what I feel it is, here's the problem, here's the question, whatever it is, the better I'm going to be able to answer it and give you relevant feedback. Good question. All right, Sheldon, good morning from London. Even though it's 4 p.m., the sun has already disappeared for the day. Yay, winter in the Northern Hemisphere. Yep, I hear ya. It's 8 a.m. here, and hang on. Oh, the sun is like just barely coming out. It's still super dark and miserable. I wake up really early, like 3, 4 a.m., and when I wake up, it's dark for like 4 hours, which is kind of depressing. Christian, good afternoon from Bolivia. Buenas tardes, mi amigo. ¿Qué tal? Okay, Janelle, thanks for your clarification. He uses your image in your YouTube profile. Yeah, they always do. We're talking about scammers still. We'll just keep circling back on this one. There's going to be a theme here. Yes, they're really good at faking it. In fact, if you look at some of the fake Instagram accounts that claim to be me, they actually went through and like downloaded all of my pictures and like re-uploaded them all as their own. And then they messaged my friends, like people that know me personally. And that's where things started to fall apart because they're like, dude, this doesn't sound like you. Why are you talking to me about crypto? Anyway, funny. Good morning. All right, lady writes, I'm trying to pull together a sales funnel for a book site author. I binge your stuff and I'm learning so much. That's awesome to hear. I'm so glad you're finding it useful. Do you have any suggestions that might fit that goal? Yeah, totally. Let's talk about book funnels. Put together a sales funnel for a book/site author. Okay, so I like talking about book funnels because I believe they still have a relevant place in the general marketing world. Now, we've got to be clear about what the end goals of our book funnel are. And this can apply to anything else as well. Even if you're not an author, you've got some kind of lead magnet, you've got some kind of thing to offer of them that's typically a lower price point, $10, $20, $30. We have to approach this strategically. And the reason is because back in the day, quote unquote, even like 5 years ago, we used to run a lot of like, pay for shipping free book offers. So we would run an ad, we'd give away a free book, we'd tell the person they only had to pay for shipping, and the shipping was like $7 or whatever. Can you guess what we were paying to make a sale of a book? Any guesses? I won't have time to read it, but like in your mind. Here's the deal. We would pay $30, $40, $50, $60, sometimes $70 to acquire that lead. Crazy. So what that meant is that we couldn't just sell a book for $10 or $20 or $30 or even $50 because we'd lose money every time. So we had to have a funnel in place that had an upsell, a cross-sell, a downsell. There had to be other elements of the funnel that were going to allow us to recoup our costs. Otherwise, we'd just go broke like on day one. So when you're giving away or you're running a book funnel, the best thing you want to do is, again, like reverse engineer the entire marketing funnel. So start with like, what's my end goal? Is it literally just to sell books? In which case, book funnels are probably not the best plan. Like you're going to be better off through content marketing and through promotions and possibly through like some of the book seller advertising, like Amazon ads and things like that. But if your goal is to sell other services or meet and greets or speaking tours or something like that, then you can use the book as part of it. You can give away the first chapter for free, which is something that I've seen work well. And then you can provide an upsell for the book on the back end. The point is you've got to know what your numbers are so that you're basically not losing money. No one likes to lose money. Okay, Christian, I watched your productivity video and I thought it was great. Thank you, Christian. I was wondering, have you read Building a Second Brain by Tiago Forte? Oh, my man. Not only have I read Building a Second Brain, I went through Tiago's program for Building a Second Brain, which was phenomenal. It was really interesting. In fact, it was so good that I actually had to stop myself from using all of it because it was almost too much for what I needed. But that said, I'm a huge fan of like the para organization thing, the projects, archives, assets, resources, archives. Can't even remember. I just use it sort of intuitively now with like projects and resources and occasionally archive things. That's basically what my sort of workflow focuses around. I use it in Notion. I've tested Obsidian, which is another one that I quite like, but I have not got the hang of it to the point that it makes any sense for me. But yes, Building a Second Brain by Tiago Forte. Highly recommended. Awesome, smart person. Acadiana HydroClean. Come on, make me a marketing whiz already. Exactly. Why isn't it happening immediately? Love your content. Thank you. Find it very useful and understandable for a novice non-marketing type. Oh, that's awesome to hear. So glad to hear that. Yes, marketing it's a fascinating, big, deep subject. So I wrote in my email this morning that I've started studying like oil painting, and I'm not an artist by the largest stretch of the imagination. But what's fascinating is that as I start doing this like painting, I realize just how bad I am, like just so bad. Like I don't know shape, form, texture, color, anything. I don't know how to hold the brush, move it. I've got paint all over me. I'm wrecking everything that I'm making. Like it's a disaster. But that's kind of the process, right? Like it would be super arrogant of me to think that I could just like sit down and create the Mona Lisa. So what I've done is I'm pretty realistic with myself. I've set myself like a 1-year time frame to try to paint, I don't know, maybe like 100 paintings, one every few days. And by the end of it, I'd like a couple good ones. That's about it. And then in 3 years, I'd like to be decent enough where someone would look at it and be like, hey, that's not a total bag of garbage. That's really my goal. 3 years. Make something that's not a total bag of garbage. So I think it's important to have these big goals and aspirations, but then we also have to be realistic about the process to get there. Marketing's phenomenal, but it's a big subject. So start small, pick away at it. You'll get there, and then you'll be super grateful that you did. All right, David, Barranquilla, Colombia. The top pick is downtown Memphis and the bottom is Miami. Oh, that's cool. Can I make this like huge? Oh, look at that. Yeah, the river. Got it. Never been to Memphis. Spent a decent amount of time in Nashville and Franklin. Okay, Shaw. Hi from Pakistan, and it's night now. Yes, you're on the other side of the world there. Glad you could tune in and join us. All right, Jonathan. Adam, do you have any SEO advice on improving organic traffic for something such as a free template site? Ooh. Do you have any SEO advice for improving organic traffic for something such as a free template site? Are you asking for something such as a free template site, or are you asking for something as a free template site? So if you're giving away like free template sites, the first thing that I would do is I'd literally go to Google and I'd type in like free template site and I would see what I'm up against. My gut says that this is going to be insanely competitive. Like based on the fact that I know how much money can be made on the back end by giving away free templates and selling upsells and plugins and things like that. This might not be rankable for like less than 10 grand a month. Maybe. I don't know it well enough, but it's like, you've got to make sure that you're picking the right fight to enter in the first place. So take a look at Moz, M-O-Z. Take a look at Majestic SEO, Ahrefs, A-H-R-E-F-S. Take a look at SEMrush. Who else has decent rankings? Like what you're looking for is domain authority and page authority of the pages. And if they're super high, they're very powerful sites with lots of content and lots of backlinks. You're not going to outrank them with all the organic SEO stuff in the world. That said, if you can, I mean, like standard SEO practices are going to go here. Good content, content research, keywords, backlinks, etc. So yeah, research is your best friend here. Kevin, good to see you, my man. Finally in our dry season in Florida. Yeah, that's right. Hurricanes over. Monsoons, cyclones, all that nonsense. Glad you're staying warm and dry. Jack, what would your top book recommendations for marketing and marketers to check out? Got a video on that. Don't know what it's called. I think it's like top 5 marketing books. I'm going to like literally just send you there. If you want more, if you type in like top 5 marketing books, Adam Earhart, you'll find it. I've also got, if you really want to dive into like advertising, I've got 42 book recommendations, which I appreciate. I don't know why I made that video so long. It's a big one, but it's going to go over 42 books on advertising that I love. If I had to pick one, it's an expensive book, over $100. You can still buy it from, I believe it's Brian Kurtz, Titans of Direct Response Marketing. But the book is called Breakthrough Advertising. It's by Eugene Schwartz. It's an intermediate to advanced book, but it's like, if you can go through that one a few times, and if you only ever bought one book, that might be it. My opinion changes back and forth because there's a lot of good ones, but we'll go with that one. All right. Good morning, Adam. Other than sales, what is the best way to show ROI on marketing services? What kind of reports and how often? Well, I guess there's two parts to this answer there, Mike. The first of which is that sales is the only way to show ROI because it's like technically, right? Because it's return on investment. So if like I put in $1, that's my investment. What's my return? it has to be in the same field, right? So I need $2 back or $1.50 or something like that. So that's step one. Now, that's the final metric. We can use still what I call diagnostic metrics, which I typically use to guide me in the right direction to make sure that my campaign's performing as I want it to. So what I'll do is I'll step back. It's like, okay, well, if I want a sale, well, what's right before that? Maybe it's a conversation, maybe it's a lead, maybe it's a sign up. Okay, well, if I want that, what's before that? Maybe it's a website visit. Maybe it's a click, maybe it's a whatever it is. So I can figure all those things out, and then I can show that this is at least delivering something. The only thing I don't want to show is like likes and shares and comments. I don't mind showing audience growth and audience engagement rate. In fact, I just made a video. It's being edited now, so it's not ready, but it's going to talk about audience growth rate and audience engagement rate. Those are two things that you're going to want to pay attention to when that video drops. As far as what kind of reports and how often, depends on the client, depends on who you're working for and what you're doing. I find reports half useful. But I know that they can be doctored and they can show whatever you want them to. So it's like, if it's a very big, expensive account, like back when I was running Facebook ads for big money, like $100,000 a month plus, I would basically do daily, every second day reports. Here's what we've got. Here's an update. Here's this. And the reason is because if I let like 4 days go by, we've just blown, I don't know, 12 grand or 15 grand or whatever it is. If it's $1 million, it'd be like 100 grand gone. So we can't afford to let that happen. But in most cases, like monthly, probably fine. All right. Let's see. Alvi, best advice about sales, and thanks a lot. Appreciate you're the best. Oh, my pleasure. Honestly, best advice about sales is to approach it like like you want to pretend like you're a doctor. Don't pretend you're a doctor. That's illegal. People will get hurt. But like imagine you have the attitude of a doctor. For example, if I go see my doctor and I was like, "Hey, doc, I got a sore arm. I smashed it up." And he's like, "Well, Adam, it looks like based on what you've told me, you broke your arm. You should probably do this, this, and this." Do I sit there and I was like, "Actually, doc, I Googled it. I think that it's this, and I'm not going to do any of that." You know what my doctor's going to do? He's going to be like, "All right, good luck. See you, man. Adios." And that's it. So what you want to do is you want to go into a sales conversation with the intention of prescribing and helping a solution because you're the expert in the field. So if somebody comes to me for marketing and they're like, "Hey, Adam, here's my business. We're stuck at whatever. We want to get to here. What's going on?" I'll be like, "Look, based on what you've told me, here's the problem. This is what we need to do. All of these things that go into it. Finished." That's it. Do it or no. That's the answer. That's what you need to do. I'm the expert. You came to see me. Now, I'm not arrogant. I'm not douchey about it, but I have authority. I have expertise, and I'm not really shy about telling them what I think they should do. That's why they came to me in the first place. So a lot of it has to do with framing and confidence in what you're doing. I think the biggest thing is making sure that you actually believe in what you're selling. So there was a point early in my career when I was like, I needed money, so I would sell what I needed to sell. And a lot of the things I didn't really care about, like that tooth whitening stuff that we would sell across Italy because it was easy to rank websites in different languages. I didn't really care. So not something that I wanted to do long term, but now I'm pretty passionate about everything that we're talking about. So that's the other secret. Anurag, loving the consistency of your uploads. Thanks, my friend. Yes, we got a system. And the system is just always work all the time. Work-life balance. Pff, give me a break. I'm joking, half joking. Carlo, working on lead gen for an online franchise brokerage. It's funny, actually, with this avatar, like right here, it looks like I'm staring right at your face, which is, hopefully that's not disturbing, but we're going to keep going with it. Have a great long-term strategy, but they are requesting a big influx of leads for client retention delivered fast. What would you recommend? Oh, magic question. I like this question. All right, hang on. Check these out. I've got two things. One of which, oh, hang on. I was going to move this dancing bear. I was trying to get money falling from the sky when I had like a power question, but then nothing was working and it just totally blacked me out. So we get dancing bear. I'm liking it. All right. So what do you do when you need leads and you need them yesterday? You really have one solution. It's ads, advertising, paid advertising. That's it. That's the secret to all of this. Facebook ads, Instagram ads, Google ads. My best advice is to make sure that you've set up a lead gen paid advertising campaign well in advance, because that way when you get to this phase, you can literally just dial up the ad spend or basically press go on the campaign and you already know what's going to work and what's not. There is a testing phase. There is a bit of a learning curve to all advertising, of course, but like that's the secret. Yep. Nothing else. I really wish I could tell you more, but that's it. Run ads. Find out where your people are online and put ads there. All right, Abed. Good morning, Adam. Hope you're doing good. I'm doing amazing. Thank you. I hope you're doing well too. What is the best strategy to build an accurate email list for my email marketing campaign? That's a dancing bear question. Accurate email list. All right, well, no more dancing bear. Very important, right? I talk about this all the time. I shouldn't just say last week. I can get you leads like that, all the leads you ever wanted, and I can get them cheap, but they'll be terrible, so bad. But they'll cost you like a penny. So what do you want? Do you want quality or do you want quantity? The answer is pretty much always quality, which means that you've got to kind of go back through the entire marketing strategy and plan. I'm going to put up a cheat sheet here. I'm pretty sure if you got the email this morning, then you're already on the list, which means you've already seen and have this, but it might be worth a review. Model, market, message, media, machine. This is my marketing master plan. This is the system I use with every business. Startup, 6-figure, 7-figure, billion-dollar company, doesn't matter. I always run them through this strategy. This is the secret to making sure you're doing the right things in the right place for the right people. When you get those things in alignment, then you start attracting the people that are the best fit for you and for your business, and you don't have to worry so much about subpar quality leads to your list. All right, Jay, I got a question for you coming up next, and another fun thing. I'm gonna get some water. 1 second. Oh man, I tell you, look at really leveling up the production quality here. Me sitting alone in my office pushing buttons. But it's fun. All right, Jay, we gotta get you an avatar too, so I can look over right at your face instead of a blue jay. Okay, I'm trying to organically grow multiple small MMA gyms. Oh, that's cool. Mostly through short vertical video. Good man. But there's 5 gyms and I can't be in 5 places at once. How can I manage the creation, editing, posting? Okay, I'm trying to organically grow multiple small MMA gyms. So here's the deal. Supplement MMA gym with whatever business that you can think of, because this is going to be the same for any business that's serving, say, a local area. So you've got 5 local businesses in different areas serving the same target market, ideally, same offer, etc. Our media format is short vertical video, which I think is fantastic. I think that's a good choice here. Organic video. So that's the difference, is organic. I like the use of organic. I think you could also probably supplement by experimenting with a bit of paid short vertical video. So like YouTube Shorts paid, that's still kind of like not a thing. Yeah, like we're getting there. We'll see. When they start monetizing the fund better, we'll be able to run better stuff there, but we can park that for now. You still have Facebook Reels, Instagram Reels, and TikTok ads. Again, depending on the demographic, the age of the people that you're going at, I'd probably start there. Probably with Instagram Reels and TikTok Reels, TikToks. Also possibly Instagram Stories. Anyway, short vertical video. As far as managing the creation, editing, and posting, use this. It's free. If I can find it. There you go. Use that one. It's free. And then literally just upload your stuff there and share it and distribute it. Very simple. With 5 places, you might need the paid program, but it's still not expensive. So that is probably going to be your solution, is you need to start using software to distribute your content for you, because doing it manually is a nightmare. All right. Jack. Oh, hang on. Let me close this other one out. Jack, also, do you have any recommendations for copywriting exercises to practice? Oh, good question. Love your videos. Keep up the good work. Thank you, my friend. Yeah, copywriting videos to practice. It depends on what style and what you're actually going to do. So what I used to do when I was first getting started as a brand new beginner copywriter is I did what they told me I needed to do, which is I copied out old sales letters by hand. So I would go through old copywriting sales letters books and I would literally write them out, wrote by hand, handwriting. Apparently this trains your brain to think of things and memorize them and I don't know, internalize that. I can tell you it was not fun. Did it work? Yeah, probably. I'd like to think that I'm pretty decent now. So maybe that. The other thing you can do is just write a lot. So it's like start thinking of products and offers and services that you can create messages for, and start writing copy, start studying the formulas and going through them, and then reread it over again and again. But the best thing that you can do is like read and copy the masters. Not obviously, don't pawn the work off as your own or whatever, but like read and copy the masters. So look at all the old guys, man, like Halbert, Collier, Schwartz, Ogilvy, like anything that you can do there and like write some of the stuff out, take note of the points, make a lot of notes. Yep, that's what I did. It sucked, but made a lot of money, so that's how things go. Char, that's a really cool avatar. I like that drawing. Did you draw that, or is that an art piece? It's very cool. I'm going to have an exam next week and we have to write a marketing campaign for a random business. Do you have any tips? Totally. Do this. Where is my thing again? That cheat sheet. This one. Go through it. And now, full disclosure, professors, teachers, they I love them. They're amazing people. They're making the world a better place. Their marketing knowledge often doesn't hold up in the real world. So they might want things on like, I don't know, all kinds of stuff that is just not practical or realistic, like different pestle analysis and like how you're going to do proper market research with focus groups and surveys and things that just, they don't really happen in the real world. Certainly not for any business sub like $500 million. So keep that in mind. You do two things. Number one, go to Google and just type in like marketing plan and or find the format that they want you to use, and then make sure that you're doing what the exam and campaign wants you to do. And then for bonus points, throw in some of these things and you'll do well. There's a very big difference between creating like academic marketing, where you just do what they tell you to do. They'll probably give you something and then just do that, versus what's actually going to work in the real world. All right. Abdallah, Adam, one of my ads were rejected and it was the first time this has happened to me. Can you give me possible reasons why this happened? Yeah, like a million. Oh man, like anything. There was a word in there that like rubbed the algorithm the wrong way. There was like something on the landing page. There was some other word that was on their blacklist for things that happened. Like ads get denied all the time for any possible reason. So take a look through the terms of service again, see what they like and what they don't like. I've had ads that used the word you, Y-O-U, just a few too many times. And they were like, yeah, you should probably rewrite this. And I got rid of the word you. And then they're like, yeah, now it's super awesome. I've had health products be denied for being served or claimed that they were adult related, which is obscene and crazy. There was nothing close to it, but it doesn't matter. That's what the algorithm said. So most of the reviews and ad denials are bots. They're not people going through your stuff. I mean, just think of the volume and quantity of stuff that they have to go through. Crazy. Okay. Oh, Charlotte. Perfect. That's your name. Perfect. I missed that. Good to meet you, Charlotte. Hey, Adam, good evening from Kerala. Hey, Justin, good to see you, my man. Glad you can make it back. Janelle, hey, Adam, when we will get your book about the best marketing strategy of all time to grow any business? One day. Fun fact, I've written like, there's certain things like even I struggle with. Perfectionism is the killer of them all. I've written a couple books that are just sitting there on my computer, not published. I'm going to make one. I will on my marketing master plan, which is my model market message media machine. It will be here 1 year. When? Who knows? Right now, I find that I'm able to make a bigger impact with the YouTube videos, and I'm able to help more people. So that's where the efforts go. Sylvaline, hello. Okay, great book. Yes, I assume we're talking about Tiago Forte's Building a Second Brain. Amazing book. Amazing book. Okay, my niche is author marketing. I love doing this. Thanks for always providing great insights. Okay, awesome. Yes, fantastic. Yeah, as far as author marketing goes, like share the process, right, of what that looks like. So for your clients, for your students, for everybody in your community, get them to basically make stuff about how they're making stuff. Share the story behind the story. What got cut? What got included? How did they think of this? What was the inspiration? What do they write on? What's their pen of choice? Their typewriter, their laptop, etc., etc. All right, Anurag, I missed Super Chat. Hang on, we're going back. Wow, you wake up at 4 a.m. and this productive, wow, so much making sense. The American culture. I'm Canadian, but yes, close enough. I don't even know if it's a culture. I think it's more just my weird personality. And and addicted to marketing and to growth. And yes, I wouldn't advise it or say that it's healthy, but there we are. Super Chai. Hey, Adam, how is your leg? How long has it been? 6 weeks already. Good memory, my friend. And thank you for asking. Yes, it has been. What is it now? It's December. So it was like October, November, December. We're going on almost 3 months since the injury and the surgery. So it's recovering. It's for those not familiar, I ruptured my Achilles tendon in September. Clean split. Broke that thing completely. Fell to the ground. It was a disaster. I had to go get surgery and put it all back together. I spoke to a number of friends who have had this happen as well, and they told me it was one of the longest, most painful recoveries ever. I was like, thanks friends. That's inspiring. But they were not wrong. So it is, I'm getting there. I'm keeping a positive attitude, but I'm not going to lie. It's painful and frustrating and slow, but we'll get there. We'll get there. The Sanchez Group. I'm a financial advisor new to social media marketing. Would like to get a clear action plan to grow on social. Awesome. Yes. I feel like I'm talking about this a lot, but I think this is a good place to start. There we are again. When it comes to getting a social media action plan, first of all, a ton of videos on the channel that are going to help and guide you in that right direction. The big thing for me is making sure that you are choosing the right social media platforms for your audience. There's a lot of talk about all the latest and greatest social media platforms that come out. Obviously, Twitter is huge in the headlines right now, thanks to Elon's acquisition of it. TikTok, prior to that, was the talk of the town forever. Prior to that, it was Instagram. Prior to that, it was Facebook. YouTube still is like, it's funny. It's like if you look at the top used platforms among, especially Gen Z, but most audiences now, it's going to YouTube. The thing with YouTube is that there's the barrier to entry of having to make videos, so a lot of people shy away from it. So if you can, YouTube's going to be your best long-term play. Short-term play, as a financial advisor, I'd be like, well, who are you advising? That's going to be more important to the platform choice than the niche that you're in. In fact, that's basically my answer for any business ever. People always ask, what's the best social media platform for roofers, for coaches, for agencies, for consultants, for people that knit socks, like whatever it is, they always ask that. And the answer is, who are the buyers? Who are the customers, the audience, the clients of your service? That's going to show you. Not the niche doesn't really matter. It's more about the person that's using it. This has to do with the social graph versus the interest graph and where things are going, but we're going to talk about that another day. Okay. Doodle-doo. Love how you add your own music on your vids. Ever thought of making a marketing album? Yeah. So it's, I like music. I think it's fun and funny. So I try to include it in the videos because, I think it's funny. I get a kick out of it. It's actually, here's what's really interesting. I've got an amazing group of people that analyze the retention of the videos. We find out what works, what doesn't, what we need to do more of, what we need to do less of. Anytime that I add something weird and goofy, a marketing rap song or something like that, it's interesting to watch because like retention will go down. There will be people that watch that and they're like, this is stupid, I'm leaving. But the people that stick around, they build a better connection and you form better engagement and you show off a more human side of it. So it's funny, we've discussed, hey, these actually sometimes hurt retention, but you have to keep them in there because they're important for your overall brand. So thoughts on making a marketing album? Probably never going to happen. But I will probably continue to add goofy little skits into the videos because I like them. And I also imagine when I was first learning about business and marketing, like if I could have had someone make a stupid marketing rap song or a weird skit to help me get a point across, I would have loved that. So essentially I'm making these videos for like younger Adam when I was first learning, and then hopefully you find them useful as well. All right, one sec. Let's hit that thing. There we go. Water, and I'll hit this one. All right. Blaze Imports Hobby Shop. Going through all your videos. Thank you very much. I'm glad you're enjoying them. Any tips in the hobby industry, mainly remote control, hobby grade cars? Could it be possible to make a funnel to sell RC, remote control, model cars faster? The answer to that is yes, 100%. You can make a funnel to sell them faster. How do we do that? That's the $1 million question. Let's see if we can whip something up here real quick. Number one, we're talking about a niche business. So in my experience, I used to have remote control model airplanes that we would fly, and they were hundreds, if not thousands of dollars by the time you had all the gear. So it's like we're talking about a smaller, niched, but very passionate industry of people. So I imagine that remote control cars are probably a bigger niche because it's going to be more accessible than remote control planes because you don't need to be at a airfield to do it. So your people are there. You've got to identify who they are, where they hang out, what they like, et cetera, et cetera. Then you've got to find out, once you've got them established, where are they present and active online? What Reddit groups, what Discord communities, what, Facebook groups are they a part of? How do you sort of embed yourself into that community, which you probably already have? And then how do you make more stuff about that? So for you, it's content, like it's all content. So it's like, I want videos of the cars. I want videos of the build. I want videos of the latest tire and suspension and batteries and like all of that. I want to know everything about it. That helps so that I can start to get a feel for it and start to like really have my addiction fed through the content. As far as a funnel goes, what you probably want to do is figure out what is the entry point into the world and then start to build something out that way. So for some people, like maybe your top seller is, some entry-level package with like car and remote and battery all in one. Then what I might do is I might have an upsell, be like, hey, do you want a better battery or a faster motor or whatever it is? Cool, you can do that. Hey, do you want a cross-sell? Do you also want a cover or a kit or a way to carry it? Do you want a downsell? Hey, you didn't want that top of the line one. What about this instead? Basically, pardon me, I'm just ranting away, forgetting to breathe. Basically, you want to just map out the entire funnel. Like if somebody came into the store, what's the process that you would walk them through? That's your funnel. That's it. That's all a funnel is a customer journey. Okay, Sylvaline, are message ads still effective? I experienced that I get a bunch of messages from people who won't respond back. The messages after the auto response seems to be delayed in delivering too. Yes, message ads are still effective. But again, that's because they're a vehicle. They're the tool. They're not the message itself behind it. So bear with me, but like a good message ad is still effective. If they used to work for you and they stopped working for you, yeah, it could be algorithm changes. You need to update your message. You need to update the creative, et cetera, et cetera. My recommendation is to start with lead generation ads. Use this software. You don't have to, but it's my preference. And hang on one sec. I got all of these overlays. There we go. Use that software. Do a lead form, Facebook lead form ad into an instant form, have that go through high level, do an SMS follow-up, go into high level and you can download a free trial. This one gives you an extended trial. Take a snapshot. There's all kinds of different campaigns that you can just import directly into your account. Try that out. See if it works. If so, keep doing it. If not, come back next week. We'll have another chat. We'll find another solution. Hannah, give Adam a thumbs up. Thank you, Hannah. And give yourselves a thumbs up too. Saturday morning, here you are talking about business and marketing, making the world a better place by helping people solve problems. Proud of you all. Raymond, hey Adam, I would like to send you a business plan. How can I do that? I'm afraid you cannot. That is not a service that I offer, but I appreciate you going out there and making it happen. That said, I'm sure there's other people who will be happy to review business plans. And maybe at some point in the future, I will have something where I can do it through members of the Digital Marketing Academy where I'm going to look over things. Right now, time has not permitted me to do that. To all, has anyone read and implemented the 12-week year? Well, if you want to let each other know, you can do that down there. Have I read it? Maybe? It sounds super familiar. I think I might have read it. I've read a lot of books and sadly, the problem is when I read a lot of books, sometimes I skim them real quick looking for the nuggets, which means I don't retain it, which is why I like to go back over books and reread the really good ones a couple times because then it really sinks in. Kind of what the whole point of today's email was. Mr. Mr. Shiv, Brand Psycho. Yeah, probably Mr. Shiv. We'll go with that. How to grow personal branding. In a nutshell, talk about the things that are interesting and relevant to you and to your audience and do it a whole lot more. Honestly, that's the kind of crappy answer, like the really superficial, like make more stuff, but like that is the answer. So we could go into more specifics about it, like identifying things that you stand for and identifying values and your mission and your why, identifying who your audience is and what their problems are and how to create content that solves that and how to build a tribe. And there's a lot obviously to it that warrants more than like a 30-second answer, but it really comes down through just making stuff about it. If you have not read the book Primal Branding, Primal branding. Go read that one. Hannah, were there 2 mirrors at your hotel? Yeah, that was so for those of you who were not here a while ago, we were talking about a small town in Slovakia called Piastany, where I've spent a considerable amount of time, which is like totally random. But, and once I was there and we were in a hotel and literally the only people in this entire hotel, and it was big and old and creepy. And it reminded me of The Shining. And there was mirrors in the whole thing was just so creepy. In fact, just even remembering it's giving me the chills. And I'm not even like a spiritual, spooky type of person, and just freaked the heck out of me. Adam, I have a question. How to be confident on a sale or discovery call while selling the web design service? Because I got nerves and I don't want to talk with anyone on a call. Okay, 2 things. 3 things maybe. Number 1 is practice. Oh, I wish there was a way around that, but that's it. That's it. You got to do way more sales calls. Like if you're really nervous on sales calls, you just have to do more of them and you will become less nervous. That's it. Everything that I've ever been scared of, I've tried to do more of through repetition. So fun fact, you may not know this about me. I'm scared of sharks. Like really scared of sharks, but I also love the water. I was a lifeguard. I kite surf. I water ski. I love it, but I'm so scared of sharks. So what I did is I forced myself to go scuba diving and be in the water. And we didn't see sharks. We saw barracuda, but that was enough to sort of set me over. And I actually got in the water with a nurse shark, which not exactly the most lethal of all sharks, but went up and was able to hold it and all of that. And essentially it made me a little less scared of sharks. In some ways it made me more scared of sharks because now I realize just how terrifying they are. But in other ways I was like, hey, cool. I was in with this thing. It didn't eat me alive. I'm going to probably be okay. So you just have to have a little bit of exposure and repetition to it. That's step 1. Don't swim with sharks. Don't be silly. Be safe, people. But the second thing you can do is really go in prepared, really prepared. So it's here's why we're the best. You don't have to tell them this, but you have to amp yourself up. I make good websites. I'm good at what I do. People, this sounds super cheesy, but bear with me. People appreciate me. I'm a good person. I have value to offer the world. This is an opportunity for me to serve. The other thing that you can keep in mind that will help with the confidence is realizing that there's one of you, but lots of other clients. So you don't need every client. You're not going to get every client. You don't want every client. So it's more about applying, making them kind of apply to you. So ask them questions, keep them talking. That's the other thing is if you're talking more than half the time on a sales call, you're doing it wrong. It's your job is to ask questions, get answers so that you can make the best diagnosis for that. And then again, just practice. All right, hey, Adam, could you please summarize what is the real difference between digital marketing and growth hacking? Yeah, again, anytime that we're using words like growth hacking, guerrilla marketing, digital marketing, traditional marketing, they're kind of, I don't want to say synonyms because they do mean different things, but it's actually, let me even Google this one for you. I'm going to find the technical answer. Because essentially digital marketing is using digital tools to grow your business, whereas growth hacking, let's get the actual answer. Subfield of marketing focused on the rapid growth of a company, referred to as a process instead of cross-disciplinary skills. So it's what are you trying to do? You're trying to grow a business. Digital marketing are the tools that you can use to do that. But hacking, growth hacking, guerrilla marketing, they're all kind of guerrilla marketing, for example, using unconventional strategies, typically done in the real world. A lot of overlap. Not that important, I think, to your overall success. I think you can use any tool that's available to you. Hopefully that answered. It was kind of a flaky answer, but only because there's this huge gray area and not overly important. That said, take a look at early books by Ryan Holiday on growth hacking and marketing. Some cool stuff there. I think you'll find those useful. Cody, I run a tech store in the mall. I find boosting my posts works better than ads. Is it okay? Oh, this is a good question. So I'm super anti-boosting posts for most people most of the time. And this is what's cool about these live conversations is I get to provide context and nuance. Because here, if, Cody, I'm not sure if you're on the email list, but if you are, then you saw this morning, what's the difference between good marketing and bad marketing? Good marketing works. Bad marketing doesn't. Full stop. So if you're boosting posts and you're getting better results than running ads, then that, my friend, for you in this context, in this situation, is good marketing. Doesn't matter what I have to say about my despise of boosting posts. If it works for you, keep doing it. for most people, they're going to be better off with ads. Also, I think as a caveat to that, I would supplement my boosted posts with more targeted ads to see if I could do better with them, because it's going to give you more control, more flexibility, more scalability. Like, you're going to have more options by doing it that way. That said, things are changing. Algorithms are getting smarter. What a world. Jay, how do I find out what a good ad spend budget is for a small business? Are there general guidelines to follow? Like, what amount is pointless versus effective? Oh, this is a good one too. These are good. You guys are good today. We're on a roll. Okay, so what do we do for ad spend budget? Number one, we have to understand that advertising is a business function designed to deliver a return on investment, ROI. I put in $1, I want 2 back. Actually, I want 5 back or 10 back because I'm greedy, but that's what I want back out. I want my ads to work. Otherwise, why am I running them? I'll just not do it. So that's step one. Now, where do you start is the more important question, because in the early days, you don't put in $1 and get out 2. You put in $1 and you get out 50 cents. It's kind of like getting kicked in the groin, and everybody gets angry and they swear off ads, and it's just a horrible scene for everybody. But if you stick with it, you put in $1, you get out 75 cents, and you put in $1, you get out 90 cents, and you put in $1 and you get out $1. Once you hit that point, it's kind of sort of like this magical kingdom where you're able to essentially generate leads for free. Put in $1, get out $1. I'll do that all day because I can outspend the competition. But where you get, quote unquote, stupid rich is when you put in $1 and you get 2 back out. That's the holy grail we're shooting for. So that's what we have to get to. And then your budget becomes unlimited. You do it as much as you can, provided you're able to fulfill on the orders that you're getting. Now, as far as what amount is pointless versus effective, you need to take a look and be realistic with what it is that you're selling, and then sort of calculate your budget from there. So I'm going to give you some numbers. I don't have a pen and paper in front of me, so we're going to do this with math in our heads, which is a terrifying thought, but bear with me. If you're selling something for $30, you have a $30 thing to sell, my budget per day is $90 for the start. And the reason is because I want to set my budget at 3 to 5 times max cost per acquisition. I totally have to write this out, but bear with me. 3 to 5 times max cost per acquisition, which means I'm willing to spend 3 to 5 times more than my $30 price in order to get data and to make sure that my ads are working. I'm not going to do that forever or I'll go broke, but I'm willing to do that for a good few days, at least a week, to find out what audience work, what messages work, et cetera, et cetera. If I'm selling something for $300, I may not set my ad spend budget at $1,000 a day. What I might do is optimize for something earlier in the funnel. So I might optimize for leads or clicks or landing page views, and then whatever 3 to 5 times that max is. So say that I know that I can get a landing page view for $1. Well, maybe I'll set my cost per day at, I don't know, $5, $10, $50. Like, you can always just move earlier down the funnel. Now, what is pointless? What's pointless is spending $5 a day to make a $1,000 sale, right? Because like, if you do the math on that one, 5 times 30, 150, 150 times 10 months for $1,500. So you're basically going to take like 10 months to make one sale, and you're just never going to get the data back on that. So again, the solution to that is you just move your objective further up the funnel. So instead of optimizing for a sale, you'd optimize for like an add to cart or a landing page view or a lead or etc. Hopefully that made sense. That's a very technical, complicated question, but super important and fun to talk about. Dwayne, thank you for answering my first question. My pleasure. I'm glad I could make it. Last one. What do you anticipate to be the major marketing trends in 2023? Oh, so many good ones. I got videos coming out on this, but to tease them a little bit, the major trends, the biggest one by far that I think is the most available to most people. This doesn't mean you shouldn't watch the rest of the videos, but short vertical video. Yep. I wish it wasn't, because I love me some long horizontal video, but short vertical video, that's the kicker right now, predominantly through YouTube Shorts. Like, if I had to pick one channel to guide people through, and in fact, I'm not taking on personal clients, but I've got 2 that I've kept on. They've been loyal for years, and they're good people. So we're keeping them because they're great. But I'm guiding them towards YouTube Shorts, and lots of them. So let that be a bit of a thing there. If I'm doing it myself and I'm telling the only 2 people that I have as private clients to do that, probably should do that. The beauty of it as well is that you can put those on Instagram Reels, Facebook Reels, TikTok, etc., Twitter when they ever figure that out, LinkedIn if they ever figure their video thing out. Whole other story for another day. The dancing bear is awesome. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I like him. It's funny. Like I said, I spent way too much time this morning trying to find a way to get money to like drop from the ceiling, and like nothing was working. And I was like, I gotta go live. I need something. So we're going to go there. All right. 5 more minutes. Hey, look at that. Barranquilla is in Colombia. I am in Medellin. Look at you guys. Barranquilla and Medellin. I have no idea if those are close together. It's kind of like when someone says, hey, I'm in Toronto, and then I'm in Vancouver, which is 3,000 miles away. And they're like, I'll come see you. I was like, cool. It's like a 6-hour flight, but that sounds good. Okay, Carlo, in some ad platforms' eyes, it is considered an employment opportunity, which means I can't target age or gender. Thus, I'm getting great CTR, click-through rate, but no leads, or just completely rejected like on Facebook. Yeah, not much I can do for you there, which is a cop-out answer. Let me give you a better answer. There are many ad platforms that have strict guidelines on what you can and cannot advertise, and they're getting more strict over time. 2 things you can do. Number 1, leave platforms. Go to a different platform. For most people, the most strict one by far is like Facebook and Instagram. They are crazy with what you can and cannot say for good reason. The barrier to entry to start running ads is super low there, so they gotta keep a lid on things. The other thing you can do though is this is going to come down to really knowing your ideal customer avatar and who they are, and then working your way backwards. So it's like, okay, well, if Facebook is considering this an employment opportunity, what is the step that they could take prior to that? Could I give away information on this? Could I talk about this? What else can I do that's going to allow someone to raise their hand? The second, slightly more advanced tactic is you could create a series of very broad age and gender targeted video ads. Then you could retarget people based on how they interacted with that content. So you could just leave it super wide open and then base your main calls to action with your main offer based on the retargeting audience. All right, Hannah, another reminder. Thank you. Yes, it helps with the algorithm. All the algorithms. Oh, I tell ya, good times. Charlotte, thank you for the tips. We'll check out your website. Yeah, honestly, the website's decent. You'll find some stuff there. The YouTube channel's better. I love the website. The people that made it did an amazing job. Their link is in the footer. But as far as like valuable content to help you, you're in the right place. Okay, we got a few minutes left. This I think is good to talk about. It'll help people that are doing agency stuff. Is it my responsibility as a marketer to actually create the video I use for the business content? Is it reasonable to ask the owners to send me video and I handle the editing and posting? Okay, both. Totally depends on what you want to do. I've done all of them. It's more realistic that, especially because a lot of people aren't local, for the business owner to send you the footage and then you do the posting. That's probably the easiest answer. If you're able to go there and do it for them, it's a huge value add. I'm not sure if that's worth your time based on the price that you're charging them, but it's also going to give you different options for what kind of footage to use. The other thing that you can do is you can have a relatively stock video, and then you can have them film the outside of their gym. You could have them film the inside, maybe a quick shot, and you could just like literally plug and play a few of those pieces into a more generic video. Because your goal here is to minimize their workload and minimize your workload. I can tell you from personal experience, if you ask a business owner to like go get you footage, like video footage, good luck. Like they don't know what to get. They're probably not going to do it. It might come out blurry. Like most people don't know how to go film proper footage. So if you can take that away, awesome. If they're able to do it themselves, even better. Slapped. Hey, Adam, I was wondering if you do a step-by-step process for starting off with digital marketing. So yes, I'm going to do this for sure. I'm working on the script idea now, so it's coming. I do have a video right now on how to start a digital marketing agency, which may or may not provide some value. So you can start watching it, and if it doesn't help you, you can stop watching it. That's what's nice about YouTube. Okay, Business with Lee. Hey, Adam, thank you for all the valuable content you share. Thank you for being here. I want to find out how you would market a high school uniform business. Ooh, that's specific. That's very specific. How would I market a high school uniform business? I don't know. This is a great question. I've never had that question before. My kids need school uniforms. So let's reverse engineer this. My kids' school sends me a list of things I need to go buy. and then I go buy them. So as the consumer, I don't have any choice or care or anything. I just buy what the school tells me to buy, which means that you are in a B2B business where the buyers of your uniforms are the schools themselves. Now, this is a good thing because it means that instead of an audience of the 8 billion people in the world, you've got a targeted, focused area of high schools that use uniforms. I don't know what that is, but like, let's say 5,000, 1,000, hundreds, I don't know, like whatever it is. Narrow down on the top people that you want and start making what I call a power list. So I would have a list of my top 100 people that I wanted to contact, and I would just start networking, making the connections, following up time and time again. It's that's going to be a relationship style business, but yeah, super cool. Okay, let's see if I can hit one more because it's 9 a.m. Okay, I might be able to do one more after this one. Hey, Adam, do you think that your marketing degree assisted you in your digital marketing career? I'm going to assume you meant. So do I think that my marketing degree helped me? Oh, like, yes, but only because it didn't not help me, right? It's like, so my marketing degree was helpful. Was it helpful to the extent of the time and money that it took? Probably not. So what ended up happening is, like, I fell in love with marketing. I went to get a marketing degree because of my love of marketing. But my love of marketing is what enabled me to excel at it. So I studied outside of school, after school, on my way to school, during school. Like I was always reading and learning in books about marketing and everything I could get my hands on about marketing. So the degree, the actual piece of paper did not help at all. Like zero. Nobody has ever asked me about a marketing degree. 0 people. Maybe 1. Let's hedge just a little bit just to be safe. But like, nobody cared. The only thing they cared about was the results and the experience and the passion that I spoke with and about marketing. So if you're the kind of person that learns in that environment, go for it. If you're the kind of person that's able to self-study and do it on your own, probably going to do better. Like even a conservative price for like a marketing degree through like a community college, which would be more than enough. Like we're still looking at $15,000, $20,000 in 4 years of your life. Man, you could buy a lot of books. Like you could buy all the marketing books, most of the marketing courses. Like if you took 20 grand, you spent 10 grand on marketing courses. You spent 6 grand on marketing books. You went through them all, start to finish, and you spent 4 grand. I don't know why, but like say it on building a website, running ads, creating content. I'm like, you're going to be so far ahead of everybody else. Whew. Good. Okay, let's hit one more. Which one is going to help the most people? How do I not? Yeah, I know the funny skits. I'm glad you like them. They're for you. Honestly, they're for you guys that are here and like it. So we're going to keep them up. Let's do this one because I think it's relevant to people, because it kind of wraps together the purpose and the goal of marketing and how do we justify our existences as marketers, as business owners, as entrepreneurs, as creators, as people that make stuff and put it out to the world and say, hey, I made this. I hope you like it. So here's the question. I'm a marketing manager or becoming a marketing manager for whatever company, in this case, outdoor hunting industry, but again, supplement this with whatever business you're in. How do I not fail? Good question. And make sure they keep making money and my value is worth it to them. So essentially, the question here is, how do I not fail at marketing? How do I justify my position? How do I make them money? So for starters, you're asking the right questions. That is the right question. How do I not fail? How do I make them money? So number one, you've got to find out what they want. Everybody is going to have different goals and objectives and criteria for what's important to them. They may value growth or engagement. If they're established and they've been around for a long period of time and they're a big company, 10, 20 million plus, they probably already have things that they know work and things that they know don't work, that they don't want to do. So figure that out. If they don't, and they're just like, hey, you're the marketing dude, make us money, then you've got to like really take things back to scratch. So forget likes, comments, shares, engagement, growth. You can show them that because it's going to make them feel good and it's going to buy you some time to essentially do marketing that actually works. But the $1 million question, the important thing here is, how do I make them money? That's the goal of marketing. You need to show that the work you're doing is resulting in an increase in sales. Sometimes this is easier said than done, but what I try to do is I try to figure out, first of all, what is the client, what is the customer, what is the business looking for? What's success look like? Is it an increase in these sales? Is it an increase in this, signups, email lists, et cetera, et cetera? And then I reverse engineer that. Okay, well, if it's store visits, how do I get more people in the store? Because more store visits is going to equal more sales. If it's online sales, how do I increase traffic to the website? Because if it's increase in traffic, it increases in add to carts, et cetera, et cetera. Then it's really just about being accountable to what you're doing and how this is leading to the results that it's delivering. The biggest thing here, biggest piece of advice to anybody that's doing marketing for anyone else is to over communicate. So here's what I'm doing. Here's why it's important. Here's the results. Here's what we're expecting. Here's what I'm thinking. I used to send these like monster emails. Nobody read them. Nobody. Nobody even responded, ever. But that's okay, because what it did is it showed them, hey, this guy's thinking this stuff through. I don't care what he's doing. It's all very confusing to me and it doesn't really matter. Nobody else really likes marketing like we do. But it showed them that I was doing that and that at least everything that I was doing had a justification. That's essentially it, is we don't do marketing for the sake of marketing, random acts of marketing, as I like to say. We do marketing to achieve a goal. So we need to make sure we identify what that goal is and then plot the best plan to get there. Okay, yes, the replay, it'll be there. I think that's it. We're good. Do I have time? Oh, I don't have time. I'm out. Got family waiting, got to shovel snow, make pancakes. Once again, everyone, thank you for being here. It was amazing to see you all. Some amazing questions today. I so appreciate them. So appreciate you all being here. So good to see you. And keep me posted. Let me say hi in the comments. I check them all, read them all, try to get to as many as I can. I'm doing my best to respond to the ones on the newest videos. That's making things more manageable. But otherwise, yeah, stay well. Talk soon. Take care, guys.